I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Great.
Is this the first time in North America? I know it's the first shows, but
First show in Canada.
Yeah, we've
First
never been.
ever show.
First time in Canada.
Yeah.
Never been to Canada before.
Never.
Oh, well, what have you experienced so far in our country?
Well, we're in Toronto, and it's literally one of the best cities we've ever seen. It's so clean, the skyline's incredible. We're going to go up the tower tomorrow, and we can't wait. It just looks awesome.
One thing we have experienced though, the cold.
Yeah.
Wow.
How this cold in England?
It's very
Wow.
crisp.
It's very crisp.
I'd say
It's
crisp,
a crisp
isn't it?
cold.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, it's refreshing cold.
It wakes
It's quite
you up,
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I feel like we need to hit the slope. Should we hit the slope?
Do you know how to ski?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So then
Yeah.
yes, you should definitely hit the
Well,
slopes.
they do.
Yeah,
and I
not
don't
so much.
really. But on average, yes.
You make it work.
But,
I'll
Yeah,
pick
the
you up
name
when
of
you fall.
slope.
About 2 hours north of here.
It's not bad. It's
Oh,
not drive.
yeah.
A drive, yeah, an hour and a half maybe, if you're fast drivers.
Oh,
Yeah.
Have you got a car?
Would you like to go? All right, let's go.
see that?
Go skiing. Are you guys skiers or snowboarders?
I've been skiing. I've never.
more of a
I like to
snowboarder,
fall a
yeah.
lot.
So neither, just falling,
And
rolling down the hill.
Ryan's a great sledger.
Yeah, we're on a sledge. Give me a sledge. That'll be amazing.
Toboggan,
Yeah.
Yeah, we call them toboggans here. I was thinking that's what you meant, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
little
toboggan,
nuances in the
there we go,
language
yeah.
that you don't always have. Anyway, so a question I hate asking bands, but I think it's a really cool story, is the name behind the band. And I thought it's really touching, and I thought maybe you could share that.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, the name Lawson comes from a brain surgeon. Funny enough, it's a bit of a weird story. Back home where I live in Liverpool, I had quite a big operation when I was 19. I was diagnosed with a brain tumour, and Dr. Lawson is the surgeon who saved my life and who operated on me. I had a big 18-hour surgery and was in hospital for around 4 months. And he was the guy who made me all better again, and that's why I'm here today to tell the story. So we named the band in his honour.
Sure. And as a songwriter, did that experience lead to any songs in this record?
It didn't on this record, actually. No, I wrote a song called "You'll Be Okay," which we never used for the album. I think it was a little bit too personal, but maybe in the future, maybe. But yeah, most of the album comes from heartbreak with girls rather than heartbreak in the with health. So yeah, but I did write a song. So maybe we could explore that for the second record.
Future,
maybe.
adapt it.
Well, the record's not even here yet. But
No.
yet people
Well,
are
yeah, not
tweeting you to
good.
come to Canada and join, and it's crazy.
Yeah, we owe a lot to social media, I think. Like, I mean, people have learnt the words to all the songs on the album. We've pretty much sold out the show, which is tomorrow night at the Mod Club. It's crazy, isn't it? Like,
We got to the when we came in, we got to the airport. There was loads of people waiting for us. We got outside. It's amazing. Like they know like the words. I said to them, I was like, well, it's not released here. Like, how do you know the words to the songs? And they looked dead embarrassed. But to be honest,
Because you know they've stole the
Yeah.
record.
we don't care that as long
Always
as
say.
people are listening to the
as long as
music.
they're listening, it's
Yeah.
cool. And the fact that we can come over here and do a gig because of that, as long as we can do shows, we're happy. So yeah.
We're all about the live show. So.
And you've been in the States for a couple of weeks too, doing some business stuff, some music stuff as
Yeah.
well. So what's been going on?
We've been in LA and New York. So we kind of because as you know we've released nothing over here, and until we got to LA, New York this time, we done no promo in North America either. So there's just a load of people saying on Twitter, you should come over and do some shows. We kind of just put these 3 shows on as a test to see how they went down. And LA and New York have sold out, and hopefully Toronto's nearly sold out now. So it should be sold out by the show. And the fact we sold out these 3 shows already, we couldn't believe it. So we came over and we did a load of promo in New York and a load of promo in LA, and like this is literally our second ever interview in Canada right now. So
Not number one.
Literally, you were 5 minutes off being number 1.
Yeah, they beat me.
First the worst, second the best. That's how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, let's hope so. We're
Yeah,
only a
exactly.
few minutes in. You
I've got a good feeling.
Yeah, dude.
That's so good.
It's great.
Who played with Bon Jovi? Someone played with Bon Jovi as a teenager? Was
That
that
was
you?
me, yeah.
How does what?
That was right. Basically, it's
Ow.
my old band. I'm obsessed with Bon Jovi as well, so this was huge for me. But that was my old band. Like one of my first ever bands. We won like a local competition. He was running a thing to get local support acts at each of his shows, and we won this thing. And I think that's what kind of spurred me on to be like, I could actually make a living out of this. This could be quite cool. So ever since that day, that's what made me just so driven to, really commit to music.
What kind of band was that? I hear everyone plays or played in different genres of bands. Like running the spectrum.
Yeah, we were like, just
They were
a
hilarious.
80s throwback.
They were funny
Yeah,
bands.
Joel can
So,
explain this better.
Basically,
Alright.
me and him met when we were about 14, and we were in different bands. We used to gig together around where we used to live in Mansfield, near Nottingham. And basically, you come on, you have a chat with them, you're like, oh guys, how's it going, whatever, and chat. The normal guys, they go away to get ready for the gig. They come back with like eyeliner on, like the hair would be like up here somewhere. Like, is this Kiss or is it those guys in there? But,
Yeah, we were
they were
intense.
great, to be fair.
We
They
loved
deserved it. They were awesome.
What other bands were people in? Was there like a hardcore band or like what?
I've
was
been
that
in a
like?
punk band, I've been in a
Punk.
pop punk band, I've been in a metal band.
Yeah, I've done them all.
I was in a Beatles tribute band.
Well, from Liverpool, I would hope
Yeah.
so.
Literally,
Actually-
it used to disappear. Like when we were first getting going as a band, because we didn't have any money, we were getting fired from our jobs because like I'd be like, I've got a gig, I can't make it into work. I'd be like, well, I'm gonna have to let you go. Just stuff like that. And every now and then, like probably once a month, Andy would disappear for 5 days on a cruise ship playing Paul McCartney.
And then
Like,
they come
Playing Paul
back
McCartney.
every week.
That was your gig. You
and
were
then they come
Paul.
back 3 days later because he got kicked off.
Yeah, he got banned from an entire line of cruise ships. which
Well,
was
yeah,
quite
I used to do a decent Paul impression. Like, hey, okay. So I used to go on and play bass and do Paul. I used
You
to
have the
wear
Hofner and everything.
yeah, I got Hofner.
The wig.
Yeah,
See
I
the wig.
got the wig. I even grew my hair especially for it. And yeah, I loved doing it. And then when we started the band, I just wanted to do the band, but that paid really well because people wanted to see Beatles music all over the world.
Yeah.
So, but then one night I got a bit carried away and I ended up getting kicked off the cruise halfway through. And he said, "You will never work for this particular line of cruise ever again." So
They dragged him into the captain's office
felt
with
like
the
I was-
CCTV footage of him rolling down the stairs.
The main grand staircase in the ship, and Andy Brown's doing a roly-poly down
There you
the
go.
Like a backwards scene from
He
Titanic.
did us
Yeah.
proud that week. He put the rock and roll up to a.
you know
to
what
a
I mean?
level.
I've got to be rock and roll like that.
What's going to be great is when you, now that all the success has happened, now when they call you to be like, hey, we want you to play the ship, you're going to be like, no, I don't think so. Man.
Yeah.
You remember that incident? Absolutely
No
not.
chance.
Talking about the Beatles, I'm a huge Beatles nerd. So I wonder, in Liverpool, is it still a big Beatles thing, or have people kind of been like, yeah, we know?
It's still special.
Is it?
Yeah, it's still special because obviously the Beatles are, I mean, fair to say, the biggest band that ever existed, aren't they? So I think people in Liverpool are just proud. But also there's a lot of, museums, obviously the Cavern, where I used to play gigs all the time,
Really?
where we've been as well. And it's there's definitely that feeling still there of, that special 60s sort of feeling, but not just the Beatles, a lot of great music coming out of Liverpool as well. So, but I think the Beatles will always be remembered as the best. And I think
Until Lawson.
Well, yeah. Unfortunately, we're not all from Liverpool, but I'm.
Unfortunately. You guys feel unfortunate
Yeah.
about that?
It's so unfortunate.
So
Felt like we could
unfortunate,
be
yeah.
as fortunate as you.
I mean, every day I just wake up and just wish I was from Liverpool.
All the other lads have boxed
That's
off the
exactly what
accent.
I'm for.
They've got the accent off to a T now, so we could pretend. We have pretended we're all from Liverpool before.
pretend.
You pretend every now and again,
Everything kind of changed over the last. You guys have been gigging, working your asses off for about 4 years, right? And then the Wanted thing happens, and now you're at a whole different level.
It's kind of felt quite slow. Like you say, we've been working on it for a while, and obviously things really blew up last year for us. But I think we felt like we'd worked to that point. So we'd be turning around to us, and we wouldn't really notice. You turn around and go, "Wait, boys, do you realise what we're doing right now?" Like we played the O2 in London over Christmas, and we used to dream of playing that venue. We used to go into rehearsals and pretend we were coming on stage to like 18,000 people. And then when you do it, we just kind of look at each other and go, "You know what? We've come a very long way here. This is kind of crazy." And it's just quite humbling, really. I'm glad we had the time before to sort of work.
You can appreciate it a little more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Talking about Christmas, what's it like with a Christmas birthday? I know people who love it, and I know people who hate it.
It's absolutely awful.
You hate it? Okay, you're on that side.
Actually, my birthday's Christmas Eve,
Yeah.
and it's rubbish. No one cares.
I'm
Everyone's
2
so
weeks
excited
after
about the
Christmas and
next
I'm the
day.
same.
You're the same.
We don't see each other either because we all go home for Christmas.
Exactly.
Eve, obviously.
For all the other guys' birthdays, we'll be out somewhere in a new city, like doing promo or a gig. So for that night, we can kind of go out and have a big night out. But Christmas Eve, everyone wants to stay in because it's Christmas the next day. So it's normally pretty rough.
Definitely doesn't have
Yeah,
where I come from. Christmas Eve, I'm from the biggest night of the year.
Last
Yeah,
year,
but I mean,
Andy's
you-
family
where
actually
you're
said
from.
to him.
Yeah.
Last year, Andy's family actually said to him, "Andy, you ruined Christmas." They were his family's words to him.
I ruin cruise ships, I ruin Christmas, I ruin everything.
That's amazing.
But yeah, Christmas Eve where I live is a big deal. Like, it's
Yeah,
like everyone in the town is out, so everyone knows everyone. Always ends up in too many drinks, and usually back at my place with guitar.
So I thought you'd have a wicked Christmas Eve. If you want a quiet one, maybe boring.
I did, but I mean, all you guys are home.
It's
Do you know what I mean?
Very true. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Exactly, that's what I mean. All the band are gone, and they all live up in the north of England.
I
I'm
tell you what,
all
I'll
on my own in Brighton, down
He's
on
in
the
the
south
south,
of
isn't he?
England.
Right.
So
I'm not a fan of birthdays anyway, me.
No?
It's just
This
getting
is
older, aren't
coming from the oldest one in the
Yeah,
band.
it is.
That's what it is.
I'm nearly
Exactly.
26 now, and every time it's my birthday, I don't want to celebrate. want to forget about it and move on.
See, us three are quite young. We all enjoy him still.
Yeah, but you're getting older, mate. Don't be saying that when you're my age.
This is going to be interesting. We do something called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's do
I'm
it.
excited
Wait,
for
is this like?
Everyone can answer.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Road or studio?
Road.
Lennon or McCartney?
McCartney. Okay. Like.
Really? That's
Yeah.
the first I think I've ever got the full band singing McCartney. That's interesting. When you hear a song, what usually hits you first? Lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Melody.
Rhythm for me.
Melody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
which
I'd say
one?
Sometimes
rhythm.
depends. Sometimes
Personally, I
lyrics.
think rhythm tends to hit me first because you get that before the lyrics.
Melody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Song you've written you're most proud of?
Standing
in the dark.
Everyone. Wow, cool. Want to talk about writing that one actually then?
Yeah, I think that was just a really proud moment for us. I think me and Andy wrote it overlooking the O2 Arena. Again, go back to that venue. We were in a little tiny flat overlooking the O2 Arena. And this was like a year, 18 months before we signed. And we were just like, can you imagine if we could play that venue one day? And like fast forward 2 years or 3 years, and we actually closed our set at the O2 Arena with that song. And it was a really like full circle kind of moment. And
I think it's the most important song for us anyway. Like
Yeah.
it seemed to be the one that back home that one connected the most. And even before we'd released it or wrote the album or anything, people used to sing along to that louder than they sing along to the singles we brought out prior to it. So it's a very special song for us, I think.
And that's
It's
one Taylor
something
Swift digs too. I think
Yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
Yeah.
It's always nice to have that.
Yeah,
Another
exactly.
songwriter.
It's always
like,
nice.
Hey.
Yeah.
In terms of fans, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, it's a good one to
on the
have.
band.
Yeah.
In 1 word, Lawson.
Idiots is the first one.
yeah, maybe take 1 word each. You got idiots. I'm gonna hyphen this one.
Sure.
I'm gonna say live band.
Okay.
I was going to say live.
Yeah.
Yeah, come see us live.
I was going to hyphen pop rock.
Pop rock.
Yeah.
Rock
I'm
pop.
still
That's
thinking
all
being
good.
green.
When can we
Yeah.
see you live? Besides this, are there plans to come back? I mean, there will be, but do you know of any?
Yeah. We've not
Not
actually.
UK tour, haven't we? After this.
Yeah, we go
Just,
back to the UK. We have like a month-long tour there. Then we go to Southeast Asia, and then we're probably going to come back to North America after that. So it'll be tied in some point around then. Over.
Hopefully in the summer, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Well, we'll see you then, guys.
Yeah,
Can't
thank
wait.
you.
Yeah. Thanks so much for doing this. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
thank you.
Thanks a lot.
And shake all of your hands. It's going to take forever.